You've been accused of abuse or neglect in family court, and now the judge says something about a 3027 investigation. What is that? Who's investigating you? And what happens if they believe the accusations even if they're false? Here's the truth. A 3027 investigation can change the course of your entire custody case if you don't know how they work and how to protect yourself. You could lose valuable time and your relationship with your kids. I'm Mark Reel Jr., the Fathers Rights Attorney, and today we're breaking down one of the most serious procedures in all of California family law, Family Code Section 3027 investigations. We're going to cover what triggers a 3027 investigation, how long they typically take, what happens during the investigation, and what you can do if you're being falsely accused. If you're a dad in Southern California family court and the other parent has made serious claims about abuse, neglect, or endangerment, this video is for you. And if you're already facing a 3027 investigation, don't wait. Click the link in the description or call the number to schedule a free, no-obligation case evaluation with my team here at Real Fathers Rights. We know how to defend your reputation and your role as a father. First, what triggers a Family Code Section 3027 investigation? Let's start with the basics. Under Family Code Section 3027, the court can order an investigation when one parent alleges the other has abused or neglected the child or engaged in domestic violence. Specifically, the code says if allegations of physical abuse or child sex abuse are made in any proceeding, the court may order an investigation to determine whether continuing custody is in the best interest of the child. In plain English, when a serious accusation is made, especially involving child abuse, physical discipline, or exposure to harm, the court wants answers and they want them fast. Now, some of these accusations are heinous and legitimate and have no place. But many times, especially in high conflict custody cases, these allegations are completely false, exaggerated, or strategically timed to sabotage your position in court. That's where a 3027 investigation comes in. Next, who conducts the investigation? The court technically under the Family Code can assign the investigation to Family Court Services, Child Welfare Services, aka CPS or DCFS, or private investigator or court-appointed expert. But 99.999% of 3027 investigations are handled by the Department of Child and Family Services. The judge decides based on the nature of the allegations and how serious the risk appears. But as I said, for the most part, DCFS handles these investigations. But in some counties, especially rural or smaller counties, the judge may appoint a 730 expert or a 3111 custody evaluator to conduct this investigation. These investigators have the authority to interview you, interview the other parent, speak with the child, contact teachers, doctors, therapists, or other third parties, and review any school, medical, or other documentation they deem relevant. And here's the kicker. Everything they discover, in theory, becomes evidence, and the judge can use it to make custody decisions even before trial. There is one caveat. Typically, 3027 reports are sealed, and the other party's not going to be able to use those things as evidence. Now, how long does a 3027 investigation take? Well, this is a complex question and varies by county. Under the statute, 3027 investigations are to take 30 days. But many times you're going to show back up to court 30 days later, and DCFS is going to ask for another 30 to 60 days to complete their investigation. And if they're involved, it could be longer, especially if they pursue a dependency case. Because during that time, the court might pause your custody time, or order exclusively supervised visitation, or issue other temporary orders based on the allegations before any investigation is even completed. This is why being proactive is key. You may only get one chance to tell your side, so it's critical that you work with an attorney to present evidence, witnesses, and a clear timeline that support your position. Now, what happens when the investigation ends? When the investigation wraps up, there will be one of three conclusions. First, they'll find the allegations unfounded. The investigator finds no credible evidence. The court may restore your parenting time and issue orders that reflect that you may have been falsely accused. Number two, the allegations are substantiated. This is there's credible evidence of abuse and could lead the court to doing one of several things: limiting or potentially completely suspending your custody rights, ordering exclusively supervised visitation, requiring parenting classes, therapy, or other conditions before reinstating full custody. And in extreme cases, they may immediately refer the case to dependency court. And number three, sometimes they come back with findings that are unclear. Sometimes the investigator can't definitively say what happened. In that case, the judge has some discretion and may very well err on the side of caution. That's why it's not enough to simply wait for the truth to come out. You need to be actively defending yourself from the start. Now, how can you protect yourself? If you're facing Family Code Section 3027 investigation, here's what you need to do right now. Number one, stay calm. Emotional reactions, especially anger, can be used against you. Number two, gather evidence. Text messages, emails, photos, school records, custody calendars, anything that proves your involvement and counters the narrative being painted. Number three, identify witnesses. Anyone who can speak to your parenting, your relationship with your child, or the other parent's credibility could be key. Number four, don't talk to the investigators without preparation. Even if you're innocent, do not assume they'll see the truth. You need to be strategic in how you present yourself. And in some instances, we may advise against speaking with the investigator. Number five, get legal help immediately. At Real Fathers Rights, we've defended hundreds of fathers accused of things they didn't do, oftentimes right before a hearing, mediation, or trial. We don't just respond, we go on the offense. My final thoughts on 3027 investigations. Here's the bottom line. Family Code Section 3027 investigations are a serious process that can not only reshape your custody case in a matter of weeks, but change your life forever. If you're being accused of something that you didn't do, hoping the truth comes out is not a strategy. You need evidence, you need advocacy, and you need a team that knows how to push back against these false allegations in family court. If this is happening to you, click the link in the description or call the phone number to schedule a free, no obligation case evaluation with my team at RFR. We understand the process, we understand the stakes, and will help you protect your name and your relationship with your kids. Thanks for watching The Fathers Rights Attorney. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment if you've ever faced false allegations in family court. We'd love to hear your story, and we'll see you guys next time.